He will. He'll send you an Aaron. He'll send you a Deborah. He'll send someone. He's going to send you a judge. He's going to send you somebody to be able to help navigate you and be your counselor. When God begins to shift you to a new season, he will pull you out of a church. He will bring you into a new season. Sometimes you can't go to certain new places staying with the old baggage. So then the Lord will isolate you or bring you to a new place. There was no one to guide me. Sometimes some people have someone. I didn't have anyone. He hand taught me himself. Someone to hear the voice, to prophetically know how to disperse the word. No one taught me. Sometimes God has a work for certain of you that is so special, he wants to hand teach you himself. Because if he doesn't, you'll have so many different people in you. Guess what? When you get ready to birth, you're going to birth with all those people in you. You will have their voices, their traditions, their beliefs, and their limitations in the spirit. You will have all of them in you. And there are times, and I'm not saying be a lone ranger, because I believe in mentorship. I believe in it. I believe God sent angels and people to pour into you. But there are times God is doing a work with you and you don't know the work he's doing. Sometimes it's some stuff that has happened that is unexplainable. There's some stuff you're not going to be able to tell anybody. Some of the hurts or the wounds, there are still wounds of abuse and hurts that I have never shared with anyone. The Lord said, it's for me and you. He says, I will heal you. He says, no man owes you nothing. This is some of the things during the time that he would do. I would get sidetracked with tradition because I thought I had to be in the church. I didn't know. I just thought, okay. So then I just got in the flow with everybody in the church. Whatever they did, I did. And one day I got a warning of the Lord and got pulled out. He said, that's not what I say. And he warned me. And I mean, it was no easy warn. It meant something. Then one day the Lord caused someone to give me a book called Knowing God Intimately. This book catapulted me into the supernatural realms. This is how I knew I had encounters. And it's called Knowing God Intimately. I began to hear God. I began to have encounters. I began to have visitations, all from this little book, because I had no one else to explain the things that were going on in my spirit. Then, number 5, my first year of being saved. Some of this is not in order. The Lord gave me a year of miracles that catapulted my faith to a great faith. Someone gave me a car. I got supernatural jobs. I would go in interviews and I would be pulled from, it's like he says, I'm going to show you I've endorsed you. When this would happen, it was a year of it, a solid year. Supernatural money showing up in the bank. Sometimes the Lord would give me plans of ministries and things of that nature, the very one that we're doing right now. And I didn't know the terminology, had no clue, was barely saved. So what I want to encourage you as the Lord is dropping things in your spirit. Some of you all are anxious. You're not done yet. I know you think, well, prophetess, it's been a long time. I've missed this. It doesn't matter. God has supernatural timing. Did you ever think you might just be ready? Maybe you had to get seasoned. Some of you may say, prophetess, I'm looking at my time. I don't know, prophet. No. You're just getting to a place where the Lord is ready to do a work in you. Sometimes whenever God's getting ready to shift you, he sends a great vessel in your life. When he sends that vessel, you have to make sure you don't reject them. If you don't get healed from your wounds or your hurt, guess what? You reject the God sent. You do. Because you're so wounded and so hurt, or you have so many of those other people in you, the God one you reject, and it puts you on pause again. God wowed me with miracles, supernatural things, to the point I could not believe that he was God. I used to even tell him, I said, God, if you don't do nothing else for me, because of all that you've done, I could never question him. Some of you might say, well, prophetess, I know you've had abuse and things, and it didn't matter because his power outshined that. He taught me how to move his hand through his love. Sometimes I didn't understand mom, I didn't understand dad or things of that nature. But guess what? God became so great, it was easy for me to forgive. He gave me a heart and he said, if you never hold the unforgiveness in your heart, he said, I'll move through you mightily. So the word of the Lord for you today is get rid of the bitterness and the giftings will be able to move. There began to be constant encounters and I began to see angels. They began to move in my life. They were always protective angels for me. I never got angels that just came visit me to talk to me. I long for that, but I've never had that. I've had 4 angels in my life, and every one of them came to protect me. One of them came when some people were getting ready to pull me in a car, and the Lord sent 2 angels, and they sideswiped me, and I just felt like I was being pushed on the other side. And guess what? That I was a police, and all of them just came right out right at the same time. I kept saying, what was